So I just got done watching Megan is Missing on Netflix. My friend Katie's letting me use her Netflix, which thank goodness she is because it's great because then I can watch Doctor Who whenever I want. Megan is Missing is like one of those found footage films. So it gives them an excuse to use shaky cam, which is getting more popular. It was made back in 2011. It's about two, 13-year-olds who wind up missing because they talked to some scary dude on the internet. Oh my god. Um, it's an independent film. It's like, I guess it's not very, not a lot of people know about it unless you, go on iTunes or something. But, and it's not up on YouTube like Trust is. The Trust is another movie about internet safety. I'm all for that because I do believe that, it is very, important that you stay safe on the internet because you don't know what kind of wackos are out there. But this movie is just, uh, oh my god, I'm gonna try not to bash it because I mean, I know people don't like it when I tag my hate. I know that. And I know tagging hate is terrible, but this movie, it's. I understand what the point it was trying to get across, but the first, this movie is like an hour and a half long. And the first hour is just basically idiot little 14-year-old children, because they are children, they are not teenagers, they are children, going out and partying and getting high and making out and talking about blowjobs. That's basically all it is. And it's just kind of like, well, what the heck? I don't need to know this. I was in high school for 4 years. I know what teenagers are like. It's just basically, that's all it is. It's just watching one long high school experience for an hour, and you're just kind of sitting there like, what is the point of this? I don't understand. Yeah, we get it. That part was just totally pointless. Totally pointless. Because yeah, we get it, they're teenagers. Whatever, I don't care. And then they get to the part where they meet this dude named Josh online, like the two main girls do. And it's obvious he's just like, well, my camera broke. So it's like, yeah, he's kind of sketch. And they talk to him, and the one girl, Megan, meets up with him, and she gets abducted. And the newscast lady they got was so weird. She was just constantly reminding us that Megan is beautiful and popular because she keeps saying those two words over and over again to describe Megan. It's just did the did the screenwriters have nothing else to say about Megan? Because we didn't. The only really character development she gets is we know that her dad is. She doesn't know where her dad is, and her stepdad's in jail, and her mom and her don't get along. That's basically all the character development we get from her. So I guess we need to be reminded. I don't know. But she disappears halfway through the movie, and we kind of just forget about her. The only reason, she's a pivotal character is because she's the one who goes missing, because it's not really her movie. It's more of her friend Amy's movie, because Amy's the one who ends up telling the police about the dude they met online, and she, for some reason, keeps talking to him. No. You don't do that. You get the police involved right away. If you are suspicious, you do not talk to him. You get the police to come in. And, oh, God. People in this movie are so stupid. And then all of Megan's friends are, blaming Amy for Megan's death, when really it's, not even Amy's fault. One of Megan's friends is the one who found this Josh kid online. He's not a kid, he's a dude. This Josh dude online, it wasn't Amy, it was one of Megan's friends who was just yeah, I met this dude added me on a chat room or something. They don't say what they're using, which is probably smart, because you know, you can't assume it's like Facebook or something. Anyway, so yeah, that just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, that's just stupid. And I don't know, it's just again, the acting is atrocious. Amy has this like this video diary that she has for like her own personal use, which, you know, good for her, whatever, because she doesn't, the only friend she has is Megan. And she's just like, hey, video diary, it's Amy. Who else would it be? She just, nobody has any emotion in this movie. It's just everyone is either like really, really bored or really, really like over the top. It's just, it's terrible. And then the people they're interviewing, like the parents, don't even seem concerned. They're just like, we just want our children to come home. It's like, no, you would be freaking out. You would be calling the cops. You would be distressed because your children are missing. You don't know what happened to them. Oh my god. And then they have like this freaking stupid reenactment thing where they have like these people get together and do a reenactment of the footage they find of some dude leading Megan away, and it's so over the top. You just have to think, what the heck? What were the filmmakers like smoking that day? And then, oh god, it's just so much is just wrong with this movie. And then the other headlines on the news station just are thrown in there. It's just like, yes, we're talking about Megan. Oh, and by the way, some terrier got into his master's car and drove it. More on that when we come back. What? I don't care. Like, are we trying to lighten the mood with this? Like, what is the purpose of that? And then, like, the last 22 minutes of the film are probably the most graphic. It's obviously where most of the money went into. Budget? What budget? Amy is kidnapped by Josh, because that's what we know him to be. That's his name. It's not really his name, but that's how we know him. She's taken to like his lair under the ground or something. It's like made of dirt and like concrete and stuff. And she's kept in like this cell, and she's restrained by her neck. I thought that was odd. Her hands and her feet are not bound, are not like bound, but her neck is chained to the wall. And she's on the ground. She can like walk around. I don't really understand the sense of that. That's probably just me. I just don't know that sort of thing. I don't know about, you know, like holding people in captivity. But I just thought that was odd. Like, couldn't she figure out a way to get out? I mean, there were like loose rocks in there probably, or she could break some free and like, or maybe she's afraid he'd lock her up again. I don't know. And then like, it just, he makes her eat without her hands. He makes her eat like a dog, just so she can have her teddy bear. All right, whatever. I think the one scene, I will give them credit, the one scene they did, I think they got, was when she gets raped. Josh takes her out of her cell, he brings her over to this contraption fetish thing that actually there are some pictures that show up on a website at one point, of Megan in this, like, weird-looking medieval fetish contraption, and he takes Amy over there and pushes her down and rapes her from behind. I will say that was very shocking to watch, and you could tell that she was, I don't know if the actress was told not to really struggle or what, but at first it didn't really look like she was just screaming, and I'm like, honey, you need to like kick him in the balls or something. But no, she didn't. But I did like how, you know, after a while she finally realized that it's no use and she just lets him rape her. That was just really, wow. Oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. That just scarred me, unfortunately. Even more than what ends up happening. Spoiler alert. Josh ends up making Amy, or stuffing Amy in this blue barrel, this blue plastic barrel, like those trash cans they have at baseball parks and stuff. He stuffs her in there, and Megan's mutilated, somewhat burned body is in the trash can barrel thing as well. And he buries them with Amy still alive. Now, that in itself is very shocking. The problem with the movie is how they handled it. Like, it wasn't just like, you know, oh my god, she you know, she's screaming, he puts her, you know, in there, they show him, you know, covering up the hole and, like, you know, whatever, that's it. They just linger on the hole and fade to black or anything. No, we get to see him. Hi.
Hey.
I'm doing a review, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Just stop and grab something.
Okay. We get to see him dig the hole. The entire hole. He has not, like, dug anything. And then she's still alive, talking to him. And it's just, it just gets painful after a while. You're just sitting there. He keeps digging the freaking hole, and she's like, Josh, I love you. I'd be the best wife you ever had. And it keeps going on and on and on. And you're just like, this is the bulk of this, like, shocking 22-minute, like, ending footage or whatever that's uncut. Psh, uncut my ass. Anyway, it just gets tedious after a while, because it's just like, she's just like, Josh, I love you. Please let me out and I'll love you. And he just keeps digging the stupid hole. You're just like, come on, people, wrap it up. Because, honestly, I mean, it's not rated, but it's just, And then he finally gets her in there. And it takes forever for him to cover up the hole, but at this point, you know, she is screaming, so it is very shocking, and then he just walks away. And we see him walk away. We don't linger on the hole at all. And that's how it ends. Like I said, I do understand what they were trying to get across here, but I feel like this was kind of just an excuse to shock the few audiences that they have for this movie. Like, the very few people that do watch this movie, I feel like their gimmick was, you know, because they probably didn't have a huge budget, was to throw in, like, really shocking scenes of, like, torture and rape and stuff, and that was how they would get the word out. Even though their agenda is supposedly to, like, I don't know, just, you know, be like, internet safety. No. That was just a plot device. This did not revolve around, like, internet safety at all. This more revolved around the case of Amy trying to figure out what happened to Megan, and that it was just a plot device. It wasn't really, like, a theme or anything. I mean, it's a moral, but, you know, it's a moral that we can all learn from, but it was just, it was just terrible. It was just a terrible way to try to get it across. I mean, they obviously felt like they were doing a good thing, but it just didn't work. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. Like I said, I requested this at the library back home, because it wasn't on the internet, and I actually kind of wanted to watch it, you know, just to see what it was, because I saw the trailer on iTunes, and they actually ended up getting back to me, and they said, you know, this is not appropriate for our collection. And they probably watched it, and they saw that it was, like, it's pretty much borderline, like, child pornography. I mean, you got, like, these young girls in, like, their underwear and such graphic imagery at some points, and you know what? I'm glad they didn't, and basically just just watch the trailer. That's basically all it is. Just watch the trailer and visualize the torture part and you will be good. Because it's not worth the hour and a half. Trust me.